Novak Djokovic didn't hold back when it came to showering praise and a bit of humor on Carlos Alcaraz ahead of their much-anticipated clash in the quarterfinals of the 2025 Australian Open. The Serbian tennis legend, who's on a relentless mission to stretch his Grand Slam record even further, spoke candidly about the young Spanish sensation. "Carlos is a bloody phenomenal player," Djokovic started, cracking a grin that hinted at both respect and the friendly rivalry brewing between the two. "Watching him play? Absolutely brilliant. Facing him on the other side of the net? That's a whole different bloody nightmare. It takes me back to my wars against Rafa, and trust me, that's not a walk in the park either." In his pre-match press conference, Djokovic couldn't stop gushing about Alcaraz's exceptional abilities, both on and off the court. "He's the full package, explosive, dynamic, mature beyond his years. Honestly, it's like he skipped the awkward teenage phase and just walked onto the tour fully formed. It's insane," the 10-time Australian Open champ admitted. "This showdown has everyone buzzing. Fans and pundits alike are drooling at the thought of another fiery chapter in what's quickly becoming one of tennis's hottest rivalries." The last time these two locked horns? It was the final of the Paris 2024 Olympics, where Djokovic scraped through with two tight sets, both ending in tiebreaks that had everyone clutching their seats. Their head-to-head record is almost dead even, with Djokovic holding a razor-thin lead of 4-3. But let's be honest, Alcaraz's relentless improvement makes him a massive pain in the ass to play against. "He's a nightmare, man," Djokovic joked, laughing at the thought of another marathon match. "It's fun to watch him give other players hell, but when it's your turn, oh mate, good luck. Every match with him feels like a damn war, and I wouldn't have it any other way." Reflecting on their previous battles, Djokovic highlighted how intense their encounters have been. "Apart from maybe one or two blowouts, our matches have been absolute slugfests. Wimbledon last year? He kicked my ass fair and square. But hey, I got my revenge at the ATP Finals," Djokovic said with a cheeky wink. "That's the thing with Carlos. It's always a roller coaster. He brings the fire, the energy, the whole damn arsenal. You've got to be at your best just to stay afloat." Djokovic also took a moment to compare playing Alcaraz to his legendary battles against Rafael Nadal. "It's that same intensity, that same "you're gonna have to kill me to win" energy. I'm out there thinking, man, is this kid channeling Rafa or something? It's brutal, but it's also what makes this sport so freaking great." And then with his trademark grin, Djokovic dropped the kicker. "Seeing him play is great. Seriously, the kid's a magician out there. Playing against him? Bloody awful. But hey, that's why we're here, right? Fans want the fireworks, and we're here to blow up the damn court." As for the draw that brought this clash to life, Djokovic had this to say: "I think the moment people saw our names on the same quarter, they started counting down the days. And now, here we are. Strap in, folks, it's gonna be a wild ride." With that, Djokovic wrapped up his presser, clearly relishing the chance to add another thrilling chapter to his storied career. Whether it's a battle of wits, endurance, or just sheer talent, one thing's for sure: this match is going to be a bloody masterpiece. Both of them have been smashing the ball like absolute maniacs in this tournament, and honestly, it's been a damn spectacle. "I like the way I'm playing right now. The last two matches felt great, and I'm really pumped for this challenge," Carlos Alcaraz shared, clearly hyped for his upcoming showdown. Let's face it though, this kid's got a massive Novak Djokovic-shaped problem staring him right in the face. The Mercian prodigy isn't sugarcoating it. He knows what's coming. The quarterfinals of the 2025 Australian Open are shaping up to be a monster clash, and Alcaraz, ever the rising star, is strapping in for the ride. After taking down Jack Draper in his last match, the 21-year-old isn't just winning, he's rewriting history books. He's now the second youngest player to make it to 10 Grand Slam quarterfinals, trailing only Mats Wilander. Oh, and he's also the youngest to hit this milestone twice in all 4 Grand Slams. That's 65 wins in 75 Slam matches, by the way. Not bad for a kid who can't even rent a car in some countries. But here's the kicker. His next match is against Novak freakin' Djokovic. The man, the myth, the legend. The guy who probably has more Grand Slam trophies than Alcaraz has bad hair days. It's not just another match, it's a full-on generational clash, and the stakes couldn't be higher. These two aren't strangers, either. They've sparred before, most notably in the final of the Paris 2024 Olympics and a couple of Wimbledon showdowns. Spoiler alert, Djokovic has usually had the last laugh. Let's be real, Novak doesn't really have any glaring weaknesses, Alcaraz admitted, throwing his hands up as if to say, "What the hell do you do with that?" But the guy isn't backing down. Far from it. I try not to think about what he means to the sport when I'm out there playing him. If I did, I'd probably shit myself and lose before the first serve, he said with a chuckle, trying to lighten the inevitable tension. Alcaraz knows he has to focus on his game, stay locked in, and not get hypnotized by Djokovic's insane trophy collection or his ability to turn every rally into a damn chess match. It's all about mindset, one that screams respect, grit, and a little bit of screw it, let's go. The hype surrounding this match is off the charts, and for good reason. It's not just a quarterfinal, it's a bloody spectacle. Djokovic, with his 24 Grand Slam titles and a career that reads like a goddamn novel, represents the old guard. Alcaraz, meanwhile, is the brash, fearless next-gen talent hungry to stake his claim. It's like watching a lion face off against a cub who's just realized he's got claws, and sharp ones, at that. The last time they faced each other, at the Paris Olympics, Djokovic edged out a nail-biter that left Alcaraz both frustrated and fired up. That loss stung, but it's also become fuel for his fire. "Every time I play Novak, I walk away a little stronger, a little smarter," he said, with the kind of determination that makes you think he's been binge-watching Rocky movies. And let's not forget the surface. This is their first duel on a hard-court slam stage, which adds a whole new layer of intrigue. Djokovic is basically the king of hard courts, but Alcaraz's speed, adaptability, and sheer fearlessness make him a wild card no one wants to underestimate. "I'm feeling good, I'm ready, and I know what I'm up against. Bring it on," Alcaraz declared, brimming with a mix of confidence and "let's get this over with" nerves. This match isn't just a potential classic, it's a goddamn litmus test for where the sport is headed. Is it still Novak's world, or is Alcaraz about to flip the script? One thing's for sure, this isn't just tennis. It's theater, war, and maybe a little comedy, depending on how many rackets get smashed along the way. Buckle up, folks. This one's gonna be epic. He doesn't seem to fully believe in his potential to deliver top-notch tennis, yet he's damn determined to give it everything he's got when he steps onto that court. This upcoming clash at the 2025 Australian Open isn't just another match, it's a high-stakes showdown that will push both players to their absolute limits. Fans are already buzzing, anticipating an epic battle that promises unforgettable moments and could very well dictate the course of the tournament. But let's get to the juicy part. Novak Djokovic's weird-ass nickname for Carlos Alcaraz that's been making the rounds and raising a few eyebrows. Apparently, during a light-hearted exchange at the Shanghai Masters a while back, Alcaraz came up with a peculiar nickname for Djokovic that had both of them cracking up. Cameras caught the whole thing, and ever since, people can't stop talking about it. It's moments like these that show how much fun these two have when they're not locked in a brutal rally on court. Fast forward to today, and the stakes couldn't be higher. This Wednesday, Djokovic and Alcaraz are set to face off in what could easily be one of the best damn tennis matches the sport has seen in years. Quarterfinals of the Australian Open? Check. Djokovic, the living legend with a trophy cabinet that could fill a small museum? Check. Alcaraz, the fiery young gun still hunting for his first Australian Open title? Double check. Add their budding rivalry and mutual respect into the mix, and you've got the recipe for a blockbuster. Let's not forget, the last time these two squared off was back at the Paris 2024 Olympic final, where Djokovic edged out Alcaraz in straight but nerve-wracking sets. That win added another layer to their rivalry. which has already seen 4 finals between them. Despite the battles on court, these two genuinely like each other, and that's not something you can say about every pair of competitors in tennis. Their relationship is a testament to a generational shift in the sport. Djokovic, the grizzled veteran with a Grand Slam count that makes most players weep, is up against Alcaraz, a relentless force who stormed onto the tour with the kind of energy that screams, "I'm here to take over." Since their first match in 2022, the two have delivered some of the most electrifying tennis the world has seen, blending skill, grit, and just enough drama to keep everyone hooked. One of their most iconic encounters? Wimbledon 2023. Holy hell, what a match! Alcaraz dethroned Djokovic in a 5-set marathon that shattered Novak's winning streak at the All England Club. That wasn't just a win, it was a bloody statement. It marked Alcaraz's official arrival at the pinnacle of the sport, proving he could take down even the biggest giants. And yet, through all the sweat and tension, their mutual respect remains solid as a rock. Djokovic has repeatedly praised Alcaraz's aggressive, versatile style and his remarkable maturity for such a young player. Meanwhile, Alcaraz has often shared how watching Djokovic dominate as a kid inspired him to develop his own game. Growing up, Novak was one of the guys I tried to emulate, Alcaraz has said more than once. Imagine idolizing someone, then beating them in a Wimbledon final. Talk about a full-circle moment. This dynamic between them isn't just great for tennis. It's proof of how the sport evolves, handing the baton from one generation to the next without missing a beat. The respect, the intensity, the sheer quality of their encounters, it all adds up to one hell of a legacy that's still being written. So, if you're a tennis fan, or even if you just like watching two insanely talented athletes go at it, this is the match to watch. And hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive into the world of tennis, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. At Tennis Extra, we're all about bringing you the best damn coverage of this incredible sport. Join us for in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and everything else you need to stay in the loop. Let's keep the excitement alive, one rally at a time. Tennis.